Hello, and welcome to the next episode of Hey OG Nice Kicks. As you can see, I'm joined by my silent, and I mean he will remain silent, co-host, Baby Yoda. On this episode, we're going to talk about another retro OG in the collection that was a part of my pandemic project to collect the 2 through 13 Jordan silhouettes, at least one pair to add to my collection. Before the pandemic, I was simply a Jordan 1 man. I had a pair of Jordan 4s, and I had a couple pair of 19s. But besides that, I didn't have the original 13 OG silhouettes. So during the pandemic, I decided I would start collecting at least one pair of the 2 through 13s. In this episode, we'll talk about the 13s in the collect, the only pair of 13s in the collect. And before I get into the episode, just to give you, if you're new to the channel, a little background on my channel. On this channel, I'm the OG, the old guy. I can call myself an old guy. I got my AARP card. I say that on a lot of episodes, so I need to let that joke go because it's not funny, and I'm getting tired of saying it. But what happens on this channel is I press record, and whatever comes to mind comes out of my mouth, and you get to hear it. Not that you would care, because 99.9% of the times I don't care what comes out of my mouth. But since it's my channel, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And the bricks in the background represent the inner city. I'm from an inner city. Doesn't matter which inner city I'm from, because on this channel it's all about the kicks and nothing but the kicks. It's not about me. It's not where I'm from. It's not about you. It's not even about Baby Yoda. And you would say, why is Baby Yoda here? Because Baby Yoda was in my man cave looking at me do my episodes, and I figured, you got to start earning your keep around here, so at least you can show up on my episode. So that's why Baby Yoda is now going to show up on my intros. So with all that stated, thank you for joining me on the Hey OG Nice Kicks channel, and we're now going to kick the intro. Kick it. The OG stands for old guy. Just an old guy talking that ish about my kicks. Raw and uncut. Keeping it 100 about these kicks I bought. The channel about the kicks and nothing but the kicks. Okay, let's do this. As I stated in previous episodes, I am a fan of the Jordan 1s. Not a huge fan of the other silhouettes, maybe the 12s, maybe the 9s, maybe the 11s, maybe. But I'm just strictly an OG Jordan 1 fan. But with that stated, as part of this project, I decided I would go out and see if I could find a colorway in the other silhouettes, the Jordans 2 through 13, to add at least one pair to my collection. And this is the colorway that I chose for the 13s, the Lucky Greens. Personally, I'm not a fan of the 13 silhouette. I don't get the shoe. I don't get the design of the shoe. Thinking as a former person who tried to play basketball, I wouldn't consider myself a basketball player, but someone who tried to play basketball and tried out numerous shoes to comfortably play the game. Just the way they don't look like a shoe that I would have worn to play basketball in. But I do like the colorway for this shoe. It was hard for me to find a 13. There were some other 13s that I saw when I was doing my research, but I wasn't going to pay the price for some of the 13s I really like, because I'm not a 13 fan, so why would I pay all that money for a shoe for a silhouette that I'm not a fan of? So when these Lucky Greens came out, I was a little conflicted because I do have the Seattle 10s, different type of green, more Seattle. This is more of a Boston green, but But I call my Seattle 10s the Boston's, Seattle. I call them the Boston Seattle 10s because I've worn those with my Boston Celtic and my Seattle Supersonic gear. But for this shoe is strictly Boston Celtics. These are my Lucky Green 13s. Now that I have them and I actually had them in hand, I am impressed with the shoe. Not a fan of suede. I mean, it's accented by the green suede. Suede is hard to maintain. And if it gets, a scuff on it, sometimes it's hard to get out. And I don't know about this shoe, and I don't know about the 13s. Today will be my first time putting these shoes on the feet. And I've said that about a lot of shoes in my collection, simply for the fact because during the pandemic, I wasn't really going anywhere. And if I was going somewhere, I wasn't wearing my heat. I don't really consider these heat, but I wasn't wearing anything that, I spent, what I figured to be a lot of money for a pair of shoes on. But this shoe is a really nice shoe. I love the green Jordan on the tongue. I love the green accents, the black bottoms. The shoe is okay. I can see myself wearing this from time to time. But not a shoe that I probably will be wearing a whole lot in my collection. But it is the 13 that I did select as part of that project. This is another shoe that I'm going to steal a phrase from, if you're not familiar with the Mike Rich channel. Mike Rich does a good job. Shout out to Mike Rich. I'm going to steal the phrase so you can call it biting. I said in the previous episode we don't bite. But that's the only way I can really describe the shoe. He came up with a good word called a stomper. And so that's all Mike Rich. It's not me. So Mike Rich calls some of this shoe stompers. To me, the 13, like the LeBron, is a stomper. Haven't had it on feet. Hopefully I'm wrong. Because I did say before I put a lot of my shoes on that they look like stompers, and then when I put them on feet, I found that they weren't. But this shoe, again, never on feet. Just looking at it, looks like it's a stomper. It looks like it's a heavy shoe. But it looks like a heavy shoe, but when you actually hold the shoe in hand, it's not a heavy shoe. I'm trying to figure out the design. I don't know what the dots, I guess the holes, the punctures on the side. I don't know what it means. I mean, if the shoe represents Jordan, what is it telling me about Jordan? What did this shoe tell me about Jordan? And I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, a lot of his silhouettes, I'm thinking, okay, like Zion just came out with a shoe. And I'm looking at that shoe, I'm like, what does that tell me about you, Zion? This is like a little shoe, and you're like 6'6", 300 pounds. I mean, at least LeBron's shoes fit his frame. But the Zion shoes, the Greek Freak shoes, I'm like, what are you saying? And in fact, Zion, why are you joining Jordan brand when you are a brand yourself? I mean, you should have been like LeBron, the Greek Freak, KD, Kyrie. Should have came up with your own shoe line. I know it's probably an honor to be a part of the Jordan line, but you're giving paper to Jordan brand that could probably be in your pocket. Maybe you'll go bounce out and do your own shoe down the road. And one thing I would like to see, maybe a cross collab, maybe a KD Jordan, a Jordan KD, Kyrie Jordan, a Jordan Kyrie, a Jordan LeBron, a LeBron, Jordan. That would really be a good collab. So if I'm giving someone out there a good idea, Jordan, Nike, do your thing. You're all under Nike. Do some collabs, And you have Travis Scott doing Jordan. You have a lot of people doing cross collabs. I think those shoes would sell out just because of who was collabing. A Kobe Jordan. You have some Kobe Jordans already. And again, those shoes are very expensive shoes. So just giving you guys an idea at Nike what you can do. Some cross collabs with some of these guys who are popular and they have their own sneaker. And Zion, man, hey, as soon as you get out that Jordan contract, man, do your own shoe. You're going to be an icon. Luka. Luka has his Jordan brand. Luka, you could do your own shoe too. I mean, you will sell out in Europe at least. I mean, because Luka's a beast. And the playoffs start today, so I'm excited about that. I'm happy. One of my favorite teams from the East Coast, from the DMV, they're representing. So I'll just leave it at that because it's not about me and who I like. Again, nice shoe, different silhouette. Not going to say my favorite silhouette. Maybe my mind will change when I have more feet. So with all that said, let's put these on feet. So please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Okay, I just put these on feet, and to my surprise, these are not stompers. Again, I'm wrong again. The look has deceived me. It's a very comfortable shoe. I've been sleeping on these 13s. I mean, they're real comfortable on feet. It's the first time I've ever had them on, and they feel like slippers on my feet. Real light shoe. I thought it would be a heavier shoe. It's really interesting because when I think about the process for me doing the episodes for my channel, a lot of times what you guys hear is raw because I don't even know what I'm going to say. I don't sit around thinking about sneakers all day. So, and actually when I select the sneakers for the episodes that I do, I don't really have a pattern. I just, whatever I feel like shooting that I haven't shot yet, because I have so many sneakers, and I just go in my closet and whatever I'm feeling, I grab them, and I don't know what I'm going to say about them because, like I just said, I don't sit around thinking about sneakers. So a lot of times when I hit record, I'm surprised what I think about the sneakers, or because once I buy them and I put them in the closet, I don't think about them until I'm trying to figure out what shoe I'm going to wear, what a particular outfit when I'm going out. So this is actually interesting to me. This has been a nice little project, and it's been fun for me to do because now I get to kind of record and have a record of what I thought about the sneakers, and it's also giving you raw content on my channel. But the one thing I can say about these shoes here, these shoes are really, really comfortable. So it makes me think that even though I'm not a fan of the silhouette, I am a person that likes to buy a shoe based on comfort. So if they did come out with a new 13 that I could get for retail, again, the key is retail, because I'm not paying those extra prices over retail prices anymore. It's just not a good business model for me. Then I probably would, if I saw one in a Foot Locker or one of those sneaker stores, I probably would buy another pair of 13s just on my initial feeling of putting these on feet. This is one of the few shoes I've ever had when you put them on the first time, they feel like you've had them on 10 times. This is a really comfortable shoe. So if you like a comfortable shoe, high top shoe, I'm just going to say off the rip, 13s. I mean, this is probably the most comfortable Jordan I put on the first time. But these lucky greens will hopefully bring me some luck. First of all, why is green lucky? I don't know. I think black is lucky. I think black is lucky because it's a solid color, and I just, but they say lucky green. Maybe it's because of the Irish. Let's let them have that. They can own that. That's their copyright. But these are the lucky green 13s, and thank you for joining me on my channel for this episode of Hey OG Nice Kicks. I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed week, and a blessed life. Peace.